Hey guys, how you doing? I am back, and it is 6:54 on a, well, I don't know what day it is, but it's 6:54 in the morning here in Farming Simulator 2013, and the field is ready. You can see it's a foggy day out. Let's make this go away first of all. It's a foggy day out, and I'm just about to start harvesting. Now, I'm not going to make you watch all this harvesting like I said in the last video. I'm actually going to speed it up and cut through it, but I'm going to get the combines going. 5 to 7 in the morning, and it is a foggy day. And let's get this third one going. Okay, so that's all 3 combines going. And have I done anything else? Yes, I have. As you can see, I've actually... Oh, God, don't hit that. I've actually got a course play. Well, I got my tractor running on course play. And what I decided to do was to go and empty out the... What was it? Barley out of our silos to make some money. So when I last left you, I was at 5130. That's how much cash I had on me. So now you can see I'm up to 18,610. Well, it's going down because we're, you know, those guys are harvesting it. So I'm just gonna do this drop off here, and then what I'm gonna do is just drop it, dude. Hurry, 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 because those tractors are filling up, or those combines rather, silos are filling up. So he's going to empty that out there, and I'll tell him to continue on and then stop at the last point, because we need this tractor and trailer. You can go away now. We need this guy to, you know, empty the hoppers of the combines. So what I'll do is probably go ahead right now and just speed up the video like 4,000 or 5,000 times and see if we can get through it. Maybe I'll add some music or something just so it's not dead silence. Or maybe I'll voice over something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Anyways, yeah, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Hello. Okay, I'm back. You may notice that my bank balance has gone up significantly. I'm not sure what it was when I filmed the last clip. This video that you're watching right now, I think it's going to be several clips of me playing the game over a 2 or 3 day period put together. I did some figuring, and this is what I came up with. After 2 or 3 runs of doing a complete harvest, doing seeding, or cultivating, chopping up the field, then seeding it, then harvesting, one thing I really noticed was that to cultivate the field was taking about a half an hour, and then seeding the field was taking another half an hour. So just the prep to wait before I could fast forward the time to wait for the, you know, the crops to grow, to force them to grow really, really quickly, you know, by going in and going to your, where is it, over your settings and changing this from real time to 120 and your plant growth to fast or something. I think, yeah, fast. It was taking an hour and 15 minutes ish. Go ahead and save there, to do that alone, and then I would wait maybe another 10 minutes on the fast speed. And I'm just gonna drop this trailer here because we're going on a trip right now to the farm shop. So yeah, it was taking a good, well, whatever, and then it would take it would take like an hour and 15 minutes to prep the field, and another 10 minutes, 15 minutes to, well, 10 minutes I'd say, to wait for the fast time to go through where I could chop up the field, and then I would start chopping up the field, and then that process would take 20 minutes, a half an hour. So in this game, anybody that's played it will definitely know this, but here's one thing about this game is you need to spend a good chunk of time, as you would assume, just like you would in real life or whatnot. You'd have to spend a good chunk of time, or you do rather, just doing kind of like real grunt leg work, doing grain harvesting, doing full farm cycles over and over and over again before you're really going to have enough money to invest in anything significant. let alone one piece of gear or, you know, some big operation. So this is what I did. I went ahead and I just assumed, and I realize some people may want to have seen this, but I assumed that after the first, how many videos have I done? 7, 8, I'm not sure. But after those first couple of videos and showing, you know, basically how, you know, how harvesting and cultivating and all that works, I didn't think that people were going to want to watch another 9, 10 full cultivation cycles of not cultivation cycles rather, but full growth cycles. Cultivation, seeding, fertilizing, harvesting. So what I did is I went ahead and I just did 9 full cycles. And after each cycle, I would go and I would take the grains and I would, you know, just take them to the, what do they call, the flour mill or whatever, and sell them off. And I did that, I'm pretty sure it was 9 times. I think it was 9 times. Anyways, my whole point of doing that was I wanted to make enough money to speed up the whole cultivating and seeding process. And I'm kind of going back to what my theory was in the first couple of videos of buying that specific seeder that does both the cultivation and the seeding in one shot. It's under seeding, of course. Did I pass it? No. There it is, sewing machines. And it's this guy right here, the Amazon Condor 15001. So what my whole plan was, basically, was I thought I'll go through and I'm going to just keep doing the whole, you know, cycle of those 4 things until I have enough money that I can go. I'm going to do it off camera, which I did, until I have enough money that I can go and actually buy this guy here. Because my theory is, first of all, this guy does 15 meters. And what I'm using right now to seed is this that does 3. So, you know, it's, what, 5 times larger? Wider? Yeah. Yeah. My God, yeah. It's terrible. I had to think about that for a second. It's 5 times wider, and then the actual cultivator that I'm using is, you know, this guy. It's 3 meters, same thing. Is it the one 3 meters, or was it 2 meters? 2.1 meters. Oh, so it's not even. You see what I'm saying? The point is, it's taking forever. It's taking me like an hour to prep, and I didn't really think that you guys would want to watch me do that 8, 9, 10 times before I had enough money to actually come and buy something else. Even looking back at, I haven't done anything else. That's what I'm trying to stress here. I haven't bought any chickens. I haven't bought any more sheep. I haven't done anything with cows or anything. No more fields bought. I've done nothing. All I did is I did 9, I'm pretty sure it was 9 full cycles. 9 full cycles off screen. Yes, I spent like several hours doing this. Hours and hours and hours. Like this is 2.5 days worth of me playing the game. So even you look at our sheep productivity, no more sheep were bought. We bought 4 the other day. They've got 1,637 liters, I guess, in the feeding trough. Even after all of those cycles, remember how I said 4 sheep was going to be nothing for sheep production? Even after 9 complete harvest cycles, I haven't even picked up 1 skid of wool. It's at 12%. So you can clearly see 4 sheep are like nothing. If you want to do any sheep harvesting, you need, I don't even know, like 40, 50 minimum. Maybe you could squeak away with 20 or 30, but it was still going to take you a crap ton of time. So anyways, that's what I went. That's what I did. I went and just did 9 full cycles, and I wanted to earn enough money so that I could come here and buy a couple of things. One thing kind of exciting, one thing just, but it's kind of needed. So I'm going to go into the farm shop, and we're going to buy this Amazon. And my whole theory is, obviously, and I just know from experience, this thing will be able to cut up the field and seed it so much quicker. It should chop that half an hour of cultivating and half an hour of seeding. I'm hoping it's going to chop it down into, like, I don't know, somewhere between, I don't know, 8, 12 minutes, something like that. And I haven't sold any of my FARs. I still have all the FARs, still have all those tractors. I still do have these other Bruger tractors and the old cultivators. Now I'm going to sell off these 2 blue cultivators, and I'm going to sell off the 2 seeders. I'm not going to get much for it, get a couple of grand. They're worth 2,200 times 2, because we have 2 of these guys, and then what, 4,500 times 2. So we'll make back a bit of money, but it's not going to be ridiculous, but it'll be enough to keep our nice running balance. So what I wanted to do, let's get back to that tractor. I still have him going because I have him, so I figured I might as well put him to work. Let's go back to my tractor at the farm shop. Is this it? Yeah, okay. And what I wanted to do was buy this Amazon Condor. Is that what it's called? Amazon Condor? Amazon Condor. 155,000, and this should be so much better. So let's go ahead and buy that. It took a while, took 9 full cycles to come up with 177 grand. That's based off what the bloody shops were paying, or the you know, for the grains, the mills or whatever were paying. So let's buy that guy. It should be sitting right there, and it is. And it even matches color-wise with this tractor. How great is that? And the other thing I wanted to do is I'm actually going to drop the front weight off this guy, because these are the middle weights, and I'm going to buy a heavy weight. We're moving up into the Tyson class. And it should be just under here, the very end, if I recall. Barrel weight. We were using the, oh, no, I'm sorry, we were using class 1s, which were 600 kilos. Then they have 1,000, and they have, what, 1,500 kilos? So that's, what, 2.2 pounds per kilo? So that's a chunk of weight we're adding. I think it's 2.2 pounds. 2.2 pounds to the kilo? Yes, I think so. Doesn't really matter. It's a crap ton of weight. We'll go ahead and buy one of them. We should be putting one of these on each of our tractors, but for now I'll buy one. You can see it sitting back there. Might not be quite as stylish as this nice black and, well, it's not chrome, but black and steel. Kind of like, you know, it's like a flare. It's bright orange and yellow, red, yellow. But whatever, it's going to do its job. And it's, what, like 3 times heavier than this guy right here? Pointing at the screen again, like you can see that. We'll go ahead and sell this extra weight. Hopefully, it just sells that one right in front of us. Yes, okay, good. Because I know we have another one on one of the other Bruger tractors that's back on the field. So let's go ahead, turn on some lights here so we can see what we're doing. And we'll attach this guy, and you can probably, you know, figure it out, but the biggest reason we're doing that is because we're going to use this Bruger to haul our new seeder here, our Amazon. But this thing, it'll do it no problem. It should haul it, but that weight definitely makes the big difference. Because look at the size of this guy. It is big. So let's get this back to the field, and we're going to have to fire off the farm hands that we have right now. Easy. Look at the size of this. We'll fire off the farm hands that we have right now, and I'm going to sell the seeders and the cultivators off, because this will do cultivation and seeding. I'm like a broken record. I know I've said this like 20 times now. At least in the beginning videos I said it a lot. So let's get this back. We can't go straight to the field because we of course do have to fill it up with our seed first. I don't think we need the rear light. So let's... Now, in an earlier video I explained a little kind of trick. I don't think it's maybe it's an exploit. Some people might call it an exploit. But basically what I do is I don't fill this thing to the max, because first of all, we only have $21,000 left, 21,700 and change, right? If we fill this to the max, we're going to blow a couple of grand in seed, and we don't need it, because 99% of the time, 99.99% of the time, we're going to be using a farmhand for this guy, and farmhands don't pull from the actual seed stock. You still get billed, but I think it goes into the other category in your finance tree. So all I do is I'm going to fill this guy up to maybe 10%. You can see the money going down there like that. It's only 10% full right now, but it's not going to get, unless they've patched or changed something literally in the last couple of weeks, which would be funny if they did, because I've just stated so bluntly and definitively that this is how it works. I wouldn't even be surprised. So I'm not going to do a complete run of this. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set this up, and what I think I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if I want to do several more harvests, complete harvests. Okay, so first things first. Hang on, and then I'll finish my thought. You're fired. Sorry, dude. Go away. Now that's me on that tractor. And I'm going to sell off both these guys. So let's go over to tractor. First of all, the Kramer. You've served us well, sir. No. Is that you? Kramer? Maybe I can't sell it. Is that? Okay. Let me sell the implement that's attached to it first. Which is what? It's the seeder on this guy. Oops, wrong buttons. It's the seeder on this dude. So over to seeders. There it is. We own 2. Let's sell both of those. That'll make us a quick, what, 5 grand, 4,500. And then let's go over to cultivators. And we're going to make almost 10 grand. That's not bad. That's not bad. 34 grand. What do we have? 26. So another 8, 9 grand. Yeah, well, I'll take it. Sure. Now we want to sell this guy off. I'm going to get off this because I don't know why. It's the Kramer Allrad. The Kramer, the KL 600. Looks great. Cool little tractor. It's old, I assume, but hey, that doesn't, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't look old. It looks nice and clean. We've kept it in good condition, or whoever had it has kept it in good condition. But we're gonna go ahead and sell that. Blah, blah, blah. Another day that I cannot talk. I'm starting to think it's not so much just individual days I'm having now. It's just I can't talk, period. I know why. It's because this is the Kramer KL 200. What was this guy? Was this a titanium special? It was. It's the Kramer KL 600. Even better. Look at this. That was worth $7,500 to sell. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? 9,000. Too bad it wasn't over. It'd be over 9,000. $9,000 we're gonna get back for this tractor. Now wait a sec. What's the other tractor that we have? Because before I do this, I think it's all just Brewers now, which have like massive horsepower. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking, is there anything else I need this tractor for before I sell it off? Because to buy it again, it would be $15,000. It's only got 17 3/4, almost 18 horse. Am I gonna need this for anything soon? I don't think so. Sheep farming, no. I mean, eventually we'll, no, because we'll need this long before we need the actual trailer, and then a tractor to haul that trailer. So I'm not worried about that. Let's see. Want to get into, this is what my thing is. I don't think so. I think I'm going to sell that in a second. I'm thinking of, and you know what, by the time I actually do, how long is this? How long have I been yakking to you now? 15.5 minutes, it looks like. And that's now. That's as of me recording this. So there was another, what, 2 or 3 minutes before that when I did that little update and I told you about the, what I've been doing, and then I was going to skip and fast forward the field and everything like that, the field harvesting. So it's like 20 minutes. No, I'll go ahead and I'll make this video a little longer. So, I totally lost my train of thought. This is what one of my theories is. I'm thinking of, now that we've got this guy right here, I'm thinking of doing several more harvests. In fact, it would be quite a lot. But because I have that big-ass Amazon now, things are going to go way faster for us. I mean, the fertilizing is no big deal. I don't need any new fertilizer. I don't think this, you know what, maybe I could, no, I don't think this tractor could handle the fertilizer system that we use, because it's pretty heavy when you get it filled up. That's no problem. We set up the course play mod for that. We got a full course ready to go. This field gets fertilized in about 2.5 minutes, so that's cool. I don't have a problem with that in terms of time. It was just the ridiculous, like, okay, check this out. Here's where it's been seeded to, right? You can see the color difference right down here. Obviously this side's been seeded, this side has not been. To seed from here over to here, where the field starts basically, no joke, that was like 15 minutes. So if it was one seeder doing this whole field, it would have taken 30 minutes, a half an hour. And it's not too much better to do the cultivator, because the seeder's only 2.5 meters and the cultivator's 3 meters. So I don't know, the cultivator alone, like I said before, that was still taking 25 half minutes to a half an hour. It's just too long. It's just way too long. So yeah, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I will not wait that long. I cannot. So I don't have the patience for it. Not to mention, I want to get onto the bigger and better stuff. I want to get into the... what are you doing? Oh, you were tearing up the field. Okay, let's get you off the field, and I'm gonna start using this new seeder, and I'm gonna show you what you know, just what it's like, how awesome, you know, its awesomeness of just being this big. I'm just gonna park this guy off the field. I'm gonna give it, what you need to do is give a lot of birth. Is that the right saying? Why do I think that has to do with a boat? A lot of birth. You need to give it a lot of room, because when that sucker turns around, when it's automated, it needs room to turn around and back up and do its thing, which you're going to see in a second. So, you know what I forget, though, is I forget... Why do you keep going to that? We want it over here. I forget what we were growing on this field. Barley. Barley? I switched to barley? I did. I switched back and forth between barley and canola. So, we've got this guy. Let's turn on some lights, because I can't see crap. And, of course, right now, it is folded up. So, what's been seeded is just that area over there that's kind of that tanny color. This whole area over here has not been seeded, but it has been torn up. So, you know, good enough. Let's switch our seed from wheat to... What was it? Oh, my God. The mind span of a 3-year-old. It was barley. Okay. Barley. So, let's go over to barley. We're on barley right now. And let's unfold this guy. Press X to do that. And she's going to open up for us. Phrasing. And we'll go ahead and line this up. And you can see, now that entire width, that's your full 15 meters right there. That is going to chop this field up so much faster. And I'm actually missing a couple of feet there. So I'm going to, I don't want to do that. I'm going to back up, get it better aligned. Normally I'm really good at this, but of course because I'm filming, I'm gonna be terrible. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's all set up, it's ready to go. We're gonna do barley. Let's press H to hire a farmhand, and in one fell swoop. Now it might not look a lot of different, but oh, dude! But he's chopping that up. Almost ran us over. He's chopping that up in one shot. Cultivated, seeded, sowed, sodded, whatever. It's done. Look at that sucker go. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell this guy. We'll make a quick 9 grand, and then yeah, I'll just say that other what my thought was, what my plan was. 9,000. Thank you very much. Actually, I need to be back in here to tell you my plan, or at least I can focus better if I'm looking at it. Go over to harvesters. Yes, okay, harvesters. So this is what I was debating. I was thinking of doing several more full harvests, but with this guy, it's going to go a lot faster. Like, I don't know, like another 7, 10. I don't even know. I mean, it took me 9 to get to 178 grand. Oh, sorry, I couldn't not yawn there. It took me 9 to get to 177 grand, so I don't even know what it's going to take me to get to the number I want to get to, which is 400,000. That's just a thought. Just a thought. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but this was what my theory was. I wanted to move. Now, I know a lot of people might be like, well, we're using the FAR M66 right now, right? The FAR and the FAR cutter. 3.5 meter width. And in the olden days of my farming simulator experience, so 2011, even 2013, before, you know, vanilla, I guess we would call it, a year ago, 6 months ago, I would have gone, you know, stepping stones, right? It's like I would have gone from the FAR to the Dutz to the, or the 5465, or maybe just gone right to the 6095. Or, and then, you know, and then you moved up to the big boy 7545. If you weren't using mods, of course, that's what I'm talking about. If you weren't using mods, you'd move up to the big boy here, and maybe pick up the, where's the cutter? This cutter that would do 7.2 meters wide, which is awesome, and it would just tear the crap out of field so fast. Yeah, but since that we have the titanium is what I'm playing, right? Titanium edition on the American fields, we have, with the fields being so massive, we need massive equipment. So I'm thinking of going right up to the case axial flows. Probably butchered that. That's for corn, the crone. We'll get into that eventually. 415 grand just to pick up the engine unit. So this is what I'm thinking. Moving right up. These two guys are the exact same thing. Now, as far as I know, the Case IH Axial Flow 9230 and the Axial Flow 9230 quad track, the only difference is that this literally has tracks. Kind of like tank tracks on the front of it. I've never bought in this, so I can't argue for or against it, but I have 3 or 4 of these when I first got titanium, and I played it for like 2 weeks, and I worked my way up, and I bought several of these, and they were fantastic. They worked perfectly fine. So I don't know if this is just, I'm thinking this is just pure aesthetics. It doesn't actually give you any better traction. You're probably not any faster, any quicker. If you were for another 5,000 on 330,000, I'd do it, but I don't even know. Like, I think these are fine. And it's not me being cheap, it's just I kind of like that look. As cool as it is to have the tracks, I don't know, I kind of like the wheels. So what I'd like to do is what I'm considering anyways, what I'm thinking is the Axial Flow 9230 for 330 grand, and then just going with a big boy 3162 cutter, which will do a whopping 13.7 meters. Like, it's ridiculous. It will chop up this field in 5 minutes flat, no problem. But for that, we're going to need, I think I figured this out before, 330 and 70, that's what, $402,000? Is that right? No. Well, over $400,000. What is it? 30. What is it? 70. 105. 407,000 ish. Actually, I think it's exactly 407,000. So 407 grand if my math's right, and my math is terrible. But if my math is right, it's 407 grand I would need for that guy. So I was considering just doing a number off screen, of course, unrecorded. See how far he's gotten already in just like the 7 minutes or whatever it is that I've been talking to you. I mean, yes, he's just got this little bit to go right here, from right there to right here, because the other one did that. But he himself alone would do this entire field in like 10 minutes or so, maybe 12 minutes. So that's pretty awesome. It's much better than a half an hour to chop it up, break it up, and another half an hour to you know, seed it, plant the seeds and all that stuff. So I'll take 10, even if it was 15 minutes to do it. See, I think this is his last passing. I'll actually be done this field this time. But then again, we had, what, a quarter of it, a third of it done? I think about a third of it done, maybe 40%. So that's cool. 15 minutes to me is much better than having to wait an hour to do all that. And if I wasn't talking to you people, I would be on, well, I should be right now, actually. Let's grab another tractor. And what I was going to say is, if I wasn't yakking and I was focusing more on what I was doing, let's turn some lights on here, I would have had the fertilizer hooked up and got him starting fertilizing, and it would have been all done. By the time he finished, fertilizing would have been done, and I could have just gone and done the fast time and everything like that. So let's turn on the rear light. I'm actually just going to grab this right now while I'm talking, while I'm filming. Why not? So we'll do that again. Right click, bring up course play, bounce over to course play, manage courses, Fert Field 16, and that's still our one and only field, but you know, that'll change soon enough. Load the course there, back over to course play control. I don't know why it pops over to transfer. We want to make sure this is over on fertilize and seeding, otherwise it will not work right. Start course at, well, not the nearest waypoint, we want it the first waypoint. The first waypoint is this guy right here, like I've said many times now. I'm sure some people are getting sick of me saying that. Click on drive course, and it's going to recognize, oh, because you're on fertilizer and seeding, you have a unit that needs filling. Well, do you have 100%? Because I will only continue if you're 100%. No, sir, 58%. So he'll stop right there, fill it up. follow the eggs, carry on his merry way. That's in theory, anyways. If it works properly, he should stop. Yep, fill it up, go on his eggs. He'll come right out of these doors, and he should go and start on his course. I'm just going to close that down. And there he goes, 1 egg, 2 eggs. Normally you try to go straight with those eggs, but you know, we would have put this thing into a garage door, so that's not working. And there he goes. That's not me doing it. That's him doing it. So yeah, let's tab over to that other... Oops, we were just there. And there he is, and he's done. I'll press X to fold it back up. Let's turn some lights on. And get off the road, because we're parked in the middle of the road, and this is where the milk truck comes. And I think what I'm going to do is... We've got that nice, big, heavy 1,500 kilo barrel weight on the front now. Let's bring him over here. Here comes our... I was going to say, dude, you look like you're about to drive into that trailer. Here comes our fertilizer. And we can probably just leave this... Well, you know what? I'll drop it. And I'll hook up to the trailer. It's not like I need, you know, I need to do this immediately. Because we need to skip time and let the plants grow, obviously. But that's what I'm thinking. You know what? It's been long enough now that I can turn this into a video. I might just put this out, and if I get any comments back... If anybody opposes that plan, then let me know in the comments. I'm going to throw the idea around in my head. If I don't get any comments, then, you know, I'll just go ahead and do a crap ton more of harvest cycles. Or, the other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to get into cows. Beet harvesting and potato harvesting is awesome, but we're talking big money. You can do it a lot cheaper. But, like, you can do it, like, for this, for 118 plus this 8, blah, 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 and then you need all this other, you need a couple of other things. Well, actually, you need them anyway, so you can do it for as cheap as this, but these guys only do 3.25 meters, and then this guy does 1 row at a time. Let me put that into perspective. 1 row, okay? Do you see these tiny little lines? See the little, I don't know what you call them. I guess they're rows. There's probably a technical name for them. You see each individual line, right? Okay, well that wouldn't be 1 row, but maybe 2 of them would be. So follow 2 of those, and that machine, if you can imagine, would do 1 row. I'm pointing like you can see it again. If I could get in to a tractor, check this out. The reason I did that is so I could get mouse control, okay? So see how the field kind of starts right here? That would be the edge of 1 row. Skip over 1 and 2. That would be... So from here to here would be 1 row. From here to here would be another row. From here to here would be another row. You follow what I'm saying? So that machine, this machine right here, would do 1 row at a time, meaning that it would need to go down the field, 1 row. Do. There's another row. Down the field, another row. Down the field, another row. Are you for real? I don't think so. It takes a lot of money, $480,000. But if you save up, and that's, you can do it for potatoes or for the beets, whatever. If you save up the $480,000, this is why to me beets and taters are like a down the line type. To me, they're further down than dairy farming. This is kind of like the pinnacle end farming. You make huge money. You can make huge money with it because this guy here, it doesn't tell you how many rows it will do, but it'll do like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10 rows at a time, 8, 10, 12 rows at a time versus the 1 row that this will do. It still does take a long time. Usually, well, at least what I did in the last one was I used this field, our trusty field 16, as my sugar beet field. I had 2. Oh, he's finished working. Yeah, and there he is right there. I had 2 of those guys. 2 of these. Yeah, I had some big money invested in. I think I went with sugar beets. Maybe I went with taters. I don't remember. But I'm talking like $1.5 million to $2 million invested because I had 2 of these. I think I was doing it on another field too. But I had 2 of these guys running on 1 field, and that still would take them 25 minutes to a half an hour to harvest that field. And they would do like from here, from the edge, to about here, I would say. Maybe like I don't know, the center basically of where the camera is right now. So from here over to there in one pass versus one row, which would basically just be doing two of these little raised ridges that we can see. So yeah, two of them still took a half an hour. Now mind you, I had to empty them constantly because the thing is you can imagine a potato, like the size of a potato, size of a fist, like a grown man's fist or whatnot, one after each other. You're talking hundreds of thousands of potatoes. The beets are basically the same thing. So you're talking hundreds of thousands of potatoes, hundreds of thousands of potatoes or beets in the hopper of each one of these things to fill them up. So yeah, like you need the big tippers. I was using this guy with 61,000 liters, and for them to do 2 fields, I bet you I would do 10, 12 trips back and forth to the silos. Well, it wasn't to the silos, but it was to the potato barn, and that was for this field. That was for field 16, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the smallest one in the game. No, it's not. I'm totally mistaken. I guess 6 is. Jesus, I didn't even see that. Man, that is dinky. Well, I guess 6 and 5 would be smaller. You could argue 20 would be smaller volumetrically, I guess. Yeah, it would be. But 16 still, generally, in comparison to everything, is a pretty small field. Anyways, this video is going a lot longer than I wanted to. It's going to be 35, 36 minutes or something. I was trying to keep them under half an hour, but whatever. So you're done, good sir. Are you not? Yes, you are. Let's get in you. And we'll just say continue. Go back, park it, dude, and you'll be done. And then stop at your last point, and we'll be good with you. So, I don't know. I'm going to throw it around in my head what I'm going to do. Either I'm going to do a crap ton of harvesting and save up the 407,000 or whatever the number is to buy one of these giant-ass combines or harvesters, same thing, I think. Or I don't know, I'll come up with something else. Maybe it'll involve getting into dairy farming or something like that. I don't know. I shall figure it out. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to, you know, thumbs up, like, whatever you want to call it. Leave your comments. Please do. I'll try to respond, you know, to any comment. I read them all anyways. If I don't respond, sorry, it's just I might be looking at it on my phone, or I'm out or something like that. So, and then I forget to get to it later. That's what happens. But yeah, leave any comments, you know, thumbs up, like, whatever, or subscribe, you know, if you want, of course. Yeah, that's basically it. Gonna end this video here, and I shall talk to you guys in the next one. Later.